Good morning, students. In the last class, we have completed the first unit, and the name of the lesson was the new blue dress of sea reading. I think you remember the story of that. It was the story about Gates Avenue. Gates Avenue was a small, dirty street in Cleveland with no pavements, no street lights, and no running water. People who lived there were poor. They had no painted. They had not painted their houses for years. In 1909 spring, all students of a school near Gates Avenue came in new dresses, but the little girl from Gates Avenue wore the same old dress of the previous winter. Her face was dirty, her hair was untidy. Her teacher took pity on her. She requested the girl to come to school washing her face. The pretty girl washed her face but came in the dirty dress. So the teacher thought the girl didn't have another dress. The kind teacher presented the girl a new blue dress. The girl wore it. She washed her face, combed her hair. She looked very pretty. Her parents were happy. Mother said that their little girl was very clean, so they too should learn to be clean. She started washing the kitchen. Father followed the example. He repaired the fence, he made a garden, he painted the house. The neighbor followed their example. Soon the good work infected others. The young minister mobilized help from various corners. In a few months, there were pavements, street lights, and running water in Gates Avenue. Similar campings in a large number were organized elsewhere. The little blue dress from a teacher ignited a significant social change. Isn't it? This was the story which we have learnt in our last class. Today we will be moving to the new unit, that is unit 2. In that, A reading is C.V. Raman, the Pride of India. Students, if you see here, see this, look at the pictures and answer the questions that follow. Can you see these? Do you recognize those people? Who are these people? Yes, these people are famous Indians who rendered remarkable services in their respective fields. See, first one is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He is a scientist. Second is Srinivasa Ramanujan. He is a mathematician. Third is C.V. Raman. He is a scientist. Fourth is Homi Jahangir Bhabha. He is a scientist. Fifth is Rakesh Sharma. He is an astronaut. Sixth is Kalpana Chawla. She is also an astronaut. So see here the questions. Who are these people? We have recognized them. So next is tell your class what you know about them. What did you know about them? Okay. About Abdul Kalam. First one is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He was the former president of India. He played a pivotal role in the development of missile and nuclear weapons. He got Hoover Medal. He is the recipient of Bharat Ratna Award. Second is Srinivasa Ramanujan. He was a great Indian mathematician. He made extraordinary contributions to mathematical analysis, number theory, and infinite series. Third is C.V. Raman. He was the first Indian to receive the Nobel Prize in Physics for his Raman effect. He was also the first Asian and the first non white to receive the Nobel Prize. He discovered the Raman effect with equipment worth only rupees 200 and limited facilities in his laboratory. He was the first Indian scholar who studied Holi in India. Fourth is Homi Jahangir Bhabha. He was an Indian born scientist. He played an important part in contribution to the quantum theory. He was born on October 13, 1909 in Bombay. He was the first one to become the chairman of Atomic Energy Commission of India. Fifth is Rakesh Sharma. Rakesh Sharma was the first Indian citizen who have ventured out in space. He was born on January 13, 1949. He originally belongs to Punjab and completed his education from Hyderabad. After successfully passing from the National Defence Academy, Sharma was commissioned into the Indian Air Force as a test pilot. On September 20, 1982, the Soviet Interkosmos space program on April 2nd in 1982, he was elected to travel into space as a cosmonaut as part of a joint program by ISRO and the Soviet Interkosmos space program. On April 2nd in 1984, he made his flight aboard the Soyuz T-11 and became the first Indian to achieve his feat. The duration of his stay in outer space lasted 21 hours and 40 minutes. He conducted scientific and technical studies wherein he was mainly involved in biomedicine and remote sensing. Sharma was awarded the Hero of Soviet Union after his return. He was also felicitated with Ashoka Chakra by the Indian government. And the sixth is Kalpana Chawla. Kalpana Chawla, March 17, 1962, February 1st, 2003, was an Indian astronaut. She was the first Indian American astronaut and the first Indian woman to go into space. She first flew in 1997 on the Space Shuttle Columbia. She served on the shuttle as a mission specialist and the main person working the shuttle's robotic arms. Chawla was born in Karnal, Haryana. She got a degree in aeronautical engineering from Punjab Engineering College. She moved to the United States and became a naturalized US citizen in the 1980s. She earned a master's degree in aerospace engineering from the University of Texas. She got her doctorate from the University of Colorado in 1988. She began working for NASA at the Ames Research Center the same year. Kalpana was one of the 7 people killed in the Space Shuttle Columbia disaster on February 1st, 2003. So this is about the people given here in the images. So now we will be moving to the lesson. On the busy Bow Bazaar street in Calcutta, there was an old building. It was the headquarters of the Indian Association for Cultivation of Science. In December, on a fine evening in 1927, there was much excitement in one of its laboratories. Chandrasekhar Venkataraman was showing a visitor one of his instruments when a young man, K.S. Krishnan, rushed in and announced Professor Compton has won the Nobel Prize. Here, this before going to the lesson, we have learned about the six famous persons. From them, we are going to learn one of them was C.V. Raman. So, this lesson we are going to learn about C.V. Raman, who is the pride of India. So, here this lesson is about C.V. Raman. So, if you see this first paragraph, they are saying that on the busy Bow Bazaar street in Calcutta, there was an old building. So, what they are saying, in Calcutta, in Bow Bazaar, there was an old building. It was the headquarters of the Indian Association for Cultivation of Science. In December, on a fine evening in 1927, there was much excitement in one of its laboratories. So, what they are saying is in 1927, in 1927, on a fine evening in December, there was much excitement in one of its laboratories. One of its means Indian Association of Cultivation of Science. In that one of its laboratories, there was much excitement. Chandrasekhar Venkataraman. C.V. Raman means full form is Chandrasekhar Venkataraman was showing a visitor some of his instruments. So he is showing one of his visitor who came to visit that Indian Association for Cultivation of Science. He was showing his instruments. Instruments means tools. He was showing one of his visitor his tools. That time a young man named K.S. Krishnan, he rushed in, means he came running into that room and announced means he said that Professor Compton, he has won the Nobel Prize. Raman was quickly delighted. Excellent news, he said, smiling at the visitor, and then he was lost in thought. But look here, Krishnan, he said, turning to the young man. If this Compton effect is true of X-rays, it must be true of light too. By listening that Professor Compton has won the Nobel Prize, Raman was equally delighted by listening that news. What did he say? Excellent news. He said that as he was delighted, he said excellent news, smiling at the visitor, and then he was lost in thought. Lost in thought means giving all your attention to something so that you do not notice what is happening around you. So he lost in thought. But look here, Krishnan. Then he was saying that, turning to the young man, what did he say? If this Compton effect is true of X-rays, who is saying C.V. Raman, after thinking, he was talking to that young man named Krishnan. What did he say? He is saying that if this Compton effect is true of X-rays, it must be true of light too. Then he is saying that the effect, that Compton effect, if it is true of X-rays, then it should be true for light too. A few years earlier, A.H. Compton had shown that the nature of X-rays changes when passed through matter. The change was dependent on the kind of matter. This effect was called the Compton effect. A few years earlier, a man who is, what is his name? A.H. Compton. He had shown the nature of X-rays changes when passed through matter. So when what did he, as he has doing experiments, that person A.H. Compton, what he has shown is the nature of that X-rays will change when they are passed through matter. The change was dependent on the kind of matter. Suppose if that rays pass through a hard material, the result will be different, means the nature of that X-rays will be different. Or if that rays pass through any other material which is transparent, or which may be soft, which may be opaque, uh, the result will be, the nature of those X-rays will be different. So he has explained that. So that effect, what we call that effect as, we call that effect as Compton effect. Could light also change its nature when passed through a transparent medium? That was the question that Raman asked himself. For 5 years, he had been doing research in optics, the science of light. No sophisticated equipment was available in his laboratory, but Raman was confident that he could find the answer with some modifications in his equipment. So, what is the question of C.V. Raman was, could light also change its nature when passed through a transparent medium? So, this person Compton, he has shown that the nature of X-rays changes when passed through matter. So, C.V. Raman has a doubt that if a light also could light also change its nature. Here Compton has explained about X-rays, but C.V. Raman is having a doubt about light. What was his question is, could light also change its nature when passed through a transparent medium? Transparent means allowing you to see through it. So he had a doubt that if the rays pass through a transparent medium, does the nature of the light change? That was the question that Raman asked himself. He was questioning himself. For 5 years, he had been doing research on optics, the science of light. By as he was having that question, he had started research in optics, the science of light, for 5 years. No sophisticated equipment. Sophisticated means clever and capable. Equipment means the things that are needed for a particular activity. So he was not having proper equipment also. Means sophisticated means clever and capable. Equipment means the things that are needed for a particular activity. So he is not having proper equipment in his laboratory, but Raman was confident that he could find the answer with some modifications, means change in his equipment. So what he is saying, he, as though he was not having proper equipment in his laboratory, but he was confident that he could find the answer with some modifications, means with some change in his equipment. So he who C.V. Raman started research on light. means on nature of light. Though he was not having proper equipment in his laboratory, but he was confident about uh, finding the answer with some changes in his equipment. So we will continue the remaining part of the lesson in the next class. Here are some hard words for you. C.V. Raman. Second is pride. Third is Calcutta. Fourth is headquarters. Fifth is association. Sixth, excitement. 7, laboratories. 8, instruments. 9, announced. 10, professor. 11, Compton. 12, transparent. 13, sophisticated. 15, confident. 16, modification. And I have given you the meanings also. Excitement, a feeling of great enthusiasm and eagerness. Second is instrument, a tool or implement. Third is lost in thought, giving all your attention to something so that you do not notice what is happening around you. Fourth is transparent, allowing you to see through it. Fifth is sophisticated, more advanced and capable. Equipment, the things that are needed for a particular activity. Seventh is modification, means change. Students, your home assignment is write hard words and meanings in your notebooks. I have given you hard words separately and meanings separately. Write the hard words and meanings in your notes clearly without any spelling mistakes, and learn the spellings of the hard words, and also learn the meanings. Okay students, we will continue the remaining part of the lesson in our next session. Thank you. Have a good day.